taking action.
We're doing it for ourselves.
We're supporting each other.
We're building a community.
It is a project of our own.
It's the Empowerment Project. I was just having a lot of fun finally being out, and so I didn't really think about it that much. So of course, I wasn't as safe as I should have been.
Having sex, and there was some risky things that I was doing because although I knew I wasn't quite confident while having sex to bring up the issue of the condom.
I pretty much knew, that it was wise to use a condom, but again, I really wasn't very aware of my risks.
It was a very kind of a taboo subject. The only elements that were ever around were maybe some condoms up on the bar and stuff, but you never really saw people take them.
I didn't necessarily have a situation with friends where they were inquisitive about what I was doing in a safe way. We didn't have that conversation about, what did you do? Did you use a condom? Were you safe in other ways?
Kind of uncomfortable because I didn't know how to approach that subject in meeting with someone. I didn't want them to think I was weird or that there was something wrong with me. That's why I wanted to be safe.
I came to the point where I wanted to have sex, but there was this HIV thing and this AIDS thing that was like, oh, you don't want to do that because if I have sex, then I'm going to get HIV and then I'm going to get AIDS and die.
Young gay and bisexual men have a lot to deal with. Coming out, dealing with reactions from family, finding friends and intimacy, confronting homophobia and discrimination, just living and feeling good about oneself in a world that often isn't understanding or supportive. Protecting one's health isn't the top priority, and as a result, young men are getting infected with HIV at alarming rates.
We've been finding that we've made enormous strides in HIV prevention with all aged gay men. But with young gay men, there remains a large job ahead. We're finding that 10 to 30% of young gay men, by the time they reach the age of 30, are infected with HIV.
Well, I was infected with HIV when I was a young gay man, and so were many of my friends. I don't want this new generation to have to go through what we did.
Now there's a new approach to this critical problem. The Empowerment Project is an HIV prevention program that works by empowering young gay and bisexual men to build a strong, healthy community where young men can get together, make friends, and just be themselves, and where they support each other about the need to have safer sex.
The Empowerment Project has been designed to help to create a support system and a structure for allowing us to feel comfortable with who and what we are.
Just some place where guys can come to hang out together, to meet other guys, to feel good about being gay, and to protect and support each other.
At the University of California's Center for AIDS Prevention Studies, psychologists Susan Kegelis and Robert Hayes have spent over 9 years researching young gay and bisexual men's risk behaviors and HIV prevention approaches. Their research culminated in the design of the Empowerment Project.
What we found in this research was that young gay men were not showing up on the doorsteps of AIDS service organizations. We found that AIDS service organizations were really in a dilemma trying to figure out what they could do to attract young gay men to their organizations.
Well, we recognized that AIDS and HIV prevention wasn't particularly motivating or interesting to young gay men. But what was motivating and what was interesting was social issues, such as how to make friends, how to meet other guys, how to have fun, how to find companionship, how to build a safe, supportive community.
The Empowerment Project has been implemented and proven effective in several cities, including Eugene, Oregon, and Santa Barbara, California. as well as in Albuquerque, New Mexico, where the project was called Empower. The Empowerment Project is based on a set of guiding principles. The project reaches young men by creating social opportunities.
You know, all young gay men are interested in meeting other guys, having fun, fitting in, finding companions. And so the social and community building focus became the central theme of the program.
Because very few such places for them in most communities. There's only the bar, which is a very difficult situation for many young gay men. It's very sex-charged and so forth, and many young gay men can't go there.
It is peer-designed and peer-run.
We know from previous research that no one is as influential with young gay men as are other young gay men. So the program builds on that concept, and the program depends on young gay men communicating with each other and supporting each other about the need for safer sex.
The project facilitates personal and community empowerment.
Behavior change is most lasting if the person whose behavior you're attempting to change is actually involved in finding the solution to their problem and coming up, and enacting that solution.
So we use that concept in this program, believing that if young gay men make the decisions about the program and then follow through on carrying out those decisions, they'll have a sense of ownership about the program.
And establishes a norm for safer sex that is diffused throughout the community from one young man to another.
If a young gay man sees his friends talking about the need for safer sex and seeing his friends carry condoms and seeing his friends show concern about him, about whether or not he's being safe, then that's more likely to sink in and you feel that it is important. And so in our program, we're trying to create a process where young gay men communicate with each other about the importance of safer sex so that it really does become a mutually accepted norm.
When the Empowerment Project is implemented, the first step is to hire several young gay or bisexual men as project coordinators to conduct and coordinate day-to-day activities. The coordinators assemble a core group of young men from diverse segments of the community. The core group is the key decision-making body of the project, a group of young gay and bisexual men who design and carry out all of the project's activities, including planning events and outreach activities and developing project materials. The core group also chooses the name and logo for the project. Volunteers work with the core group to help carry out project activities. Ideally, all of these groups work together to reach out to all of the diverse parts of the young men's community. The Empowerment Project's philosophy is to give decision-making power to the young men themselves.
Because it is our own, it gives us that drive to make it work.
In your opinions?
We kind of go above and beyond the call of duty to put big events on, to get movie nights organized, to get people into the Empower groups.
It definitely makes us appreciate it more because it's being run by our own individual input and our own decision making. So that gives us more of a pride in it, more of an appreciation for it.
A government agency from the state capitol coming in and saying, this is what you guys should do. It is young gay men in the city coming together to put together this piece to protect ourselves.
Every single person that comes to core group or just comes and shows up for volleyball is participating in making this a success. And we know that it's important to our self-preservation that it is a success.